unboxing video possible and try and attempt to beat our last unboxing of an iPhone. So with me now for unboxing is the iPhone 13 Pro Max. And you're probably wondering, or maybe you're not wondering, but Fred, why is it that you are getting another upgrade on your phone and it hasn't been 2 years? I mean, is that the normal thing? For me, it's always been 2 years, and I think it's been slightly under 2 years since that last unboxing video, which I can't believe is even possible because that feels like yesterday when I made that. But here we are again with another unboxing one. So we're going to attempt to try and make it as ASMR as possible, make as many sounds as possible for you to relax to. And if you love the combination of unboxing, which of course you know that Fred loves it so much, and if you're into tech and all other tech sort of unboxings, and I would also consider myself a binge tech unboxing watcher as well, then we're going to make this for you for your sleep tonight. We're going to go through the iPhone 13, what it has to offer, and compare it to, well, my current iPhone 11 and go into a little bit of detail, not too much, but enough to keep it relaxing, about the two phones. And of course, you know I've got all the gizmos to go with the phone as well. So we've got screen protectors and phone protectors and lens protectors and all of those lovely, sweet, delicious sounds, and the cling film coming off, and oh, that's just so good and ASMR and tingly. So all of that is going to try and beat our iPhone 11 unboxing. But yeah, I digress. The reasons behind a slightly sooner upgrade, I would have kept my iPhone 11 Pro Max. I was quite happy with it. It's never been a problem for me since I've moved to iPhone from being an avid Android user. I've had one issue with it, and that's it, compared to my Android phones where I'd have my phone and I'd literally just every single day want to throw it away somewhere. But I've only had one issue with this since the whole time of owning it. And that's more still because I didn't update my phone because I hadn't got enough space on memory, and I maxed out the memory so soon. So I got 64 gigabytes on my iPhone 11 Pro Max. Let's swap that over. And this one I was expecting to last me at least a couple of years for service. But it lasted, I think, about nearly a year until it got completely full on memory on there. And that means when you're full memory, you can put as much as you want on the cloud and keep clouding this and clouding that. But it turns out that you still need memory for all your apps and things. So I've basically got a skeleton selection of apps where I've had to delete them all, and I basically want them back. I want all of my apps back. I want my phone working again. And Fred, who literally takes pictures and videos every second of every day, and clog up my phone and all the apps as much as possible, and all the goofs that I enjoy doing with my phone, then I need something now, and this phone just won't do anything for me now. So I went into the iPhone shop and I had to talk to the people, and one of the things which I'm probably a little bit guilty on is talking to them and asking them questions and letting them show me the phone, and then I just sit there and get my ASMR enjoyment. But I wanted to make sure that I can get an appropriate upgrade, because I'd like my new phone to last me 2 to 3 years. I mean, I don't know what the normal span of phones should be really, but contracts would usually be 2 years. Yours might be different, but I'd prefer to just own it and keep it for a while, and that's why I didn't want to get rid of that, and I would have got another iPhone 11, but you can't get those anymore, along with the iPhone 12. And then we jumped to the iPhone 13 Pro Max. There was features in there which were pretty similar to the iPhone 11, and realistically this wouldn't have been enough of an upgrade to actually justify getting the new iPhone. Like there's not really much difference in it at all, except some small changes like the sensors and the features on the phone, but that is literally, yeah, and that wouldn't be enough reason for me to get this, except the camera might be a little bit better, I don't know, but it's handy for vloggers and things like that. So the options that I opted for with this iPhone was the 256 gigabytes of memory. My old phone had 64, so I assumed if I filled that up in literally under a year, if I wanted for 2 years, then I'd need 128, but if I wanted for 2 and a bit years, 3 years, then probably the 256 would be more than enough to carry all of my stuff on there, and that's why I opted for this. But there were other options for it, so you can go up to 500 gigabytes as well as the 1 terabyte, which is absolutely insane for a mobile phone. And I don't know why you need that when you could just upload videos and photos to the cloud. So yeah, but it's pretty impressive, and it just makes this iPhone so obsolete and not that sort of brand new feeling anymore, because in this day and age 64 is just nothing at all. There's nothing you could really do with 64, but the phone still looks and performs great, and I really wouldn't feel like I need an upgrade. So I wanted something as similar as possible, and I opted for the space gray. I think it's space gray or graphite or granite, something like that. And this is what I went for, the larger phone, purely because I want something which, once you have something that's big, you're sort of used to it. And look at the size of my hands, so literally that's sort of a nothing really, and a smaller phone would just, no. I like my sort of entertainment and watching ASMR videos and things like when I go to bed. So yeah, it's one of those absolute musts. It has to be sort of a decent enough screen. So the iPhone Pro Max 13 offers all the sort of things which I would look for in an upgrade. Sure, it hasn't got all the sort of amazing new features, but it's got cool specs like the cinematic mode and things like that. And the design it's different, which we'll get onto as well. But anyway, the only thing with this is that the last iPhone, it had quite a nice sized box there, which I think included some things, and I'm not sure how certain things are meant to be included in here, which, yes, concerns me a little bit. And for our ASMR enjoyment, then this on the other iPhone had the nice cellophane on top of the phone, so it made really nice sounds, and this obviously doesn't have that. They've opted for paper, which environmentally great. For ASMR, not so great. But to undo it, we have just the two tags to undo it there and at the bottom here. So once that's done, it's officially been opened and it's not brand new anymore. So one thing which I do love about this packaging is the fact that it's embossed on the front and it looks so real, like you should be picking that up straight away. So I got the grey with the silver trim for this iPhone, and my other one had the sort of black rim around it as well. So I've gone something a little bit more sort of sharper looking, I'd say, and I think that in terms of size there really isn't too much difference in thickness and in weight as well, but we'll get onto that very shortly. This is going to be so hopefully this is going to be exceptionally, I like that, exceptionally relaxing for you to enjoy it, fall asleep to, and just completely zone out on something that's new-ish, which is always good to unbox and make a video. I'm still working my way up to the other thing which I want to do, but not quite there yet. So let's take it to the table and get you triggered, get you tingled, make you relax, enjoy the iPhone, and see what it's got inside. I'm not gonna lie, I'm exceptionally excited to get this open and to enjoy the phone. I think the most satisfying thing is once you've got all your downloads again, it would be organising everything. But I think with Android phone, the ones previous to this, I always had to just come to terms that you'd have to do a complete and utter start from the beginning type thing, because none of the transfer would ever work at all. So it was always a case of, oh my goodness, this is gonna cost me the next week trying to remember what I used to have on here and try and make it exactly the same. But with iPhone, I assume that it's very easy. That's what everyone at the store told me it was, and my only reservation was that because I've got full memory on this phone, then perhaps it wouldn't be able to take all of the in-app data, because it won't be up to update and upload to storage. So it'd be taking it from back when it last backed up to the new phone at some point to there. So whether that's going to happen, I don't know, but I trust Apple would come up with a solution for it. But yeah, one of the big plus things are these Apple bags, for which I swear they're made for ASMR. Like, they're really nice and thick, and like thick paper, and it's really satisfying, and I love it. So included is, of course, our iPhone 13 Pro Max, and this is, I think it's called Space Grey, but grey, and I think there's only 4 options, which I was quite surprised for the iPhone 13 Pro Max. I think there's more options for the smaller versions, but where you'd usually get the full gold version, which I am tempted with every single year. A white iPhone would not be my friend because Fred and dirt sort of accumulate and it finds me all the time, so that probably would have got ruined. So I couldn't have gone for a nice white iPhone, and I think there was a blue, but I don't think a blue phone is not for Fred. And then this nice space grey or graphite grey or something like that, but it's really nice and discreet looking, but quite sharp as well. So it's a good colour, which I opted for. So this particular iPhone, which I was a little bit surprised with the specs, because along with the unboxing videos, I watch like 1,000 reviews before I get anything, because my indecisiveness flows like the tide, and so I had to make sure that it was going to be a worthy upgrade, and it turns out there aren't really too much differences, considering this is one. I've jumped one from the iPhone 12 to the 13 straight away. I didn't realize that this iPhone still sort of carries the same specs that this iPhone has, like 12 megapixels. I think the sensor in here is obviously a bit bigger than in here, and you do get the upgrade in tech and software and everything like that, so obviously you should experience faster load speeds for apps, but within comparisons which I've seen, if you like milliseconds and that really counts for you, then get the upgrade. But for me, I really couldn't care less. So if there wasn't a memory issue with this phone, then rest assured I'll probably be using that for a long period of time. There was another reason which we'll get in very shortly, which you'll be able to see. But yeah, that was just like one of the basic things. I think cameras are important to me, and memory, and those are the two biggest things which I need working on a phone. I think all of my phones have just been inundated throughout the years with just goofy videos and things like that. So that's why with this iPhone I thought, well, if I filled up to 64 gigabytes within about a year, slightly just under a year, if I want this for about 3 years, so 128 probably wouldn't do the trick, so 256, that gives me pushing it probably like 3.5 years, if I'm lucky, 4 maybe. And I can't imagine there would be a drastic enough change. The only reason why I don't like upgraded phones is purely because you have to transfer. That is the only thing there. But I'm hoping this will be easy, and then maybe when the next iPhones come out, I might be a bit more tempted. But there wasn't like changes enough in technology which would force me to do the upgrade to here, though this carries some cool features with the camera, like cinematic mode, which is a really nice touch to this. So I think if you were to blog and vlog, then you would be more inclined to utilize that feature and take it for some real cool effects out on location wherever you are, which I think is something which consumers want, especially Fred types who loves cinematic mode but can never quite achieve it for some reason. Don't ask me why, it just never happens. But that is what I always opt and strive for, the most cinematic look possible. Okay, so that's that. Let's just get the final things out. So we have the iPhone case, and this is the most important thing. Do not ever get the new iPhone and not get a case, because you are asking for trouble. So this will get that that nice and unboxed. And then screen protectors, the absolute must, because they work. I don't know if you'll be able to see it properly, but there is a nice crack that goes along there and along the side there, and it's invariably because my pockets are full with stuff all the time, and if keys are pushing against my phone, then that's the reason it cracks most of the time. And I suppose my leg trousers are quite well fitted, so everything's kind of like, well, pressurized in there. So let's get these tucked out the way and get this. So I think we're going to completely make this brand new case void of its newness. So all it requires is the removing of this very satisfying piece here, and then on the bottom here as well. Very nice. And then just brand spanking new technology when it hasn't been touched, and it's so satisfying. It's so nice. Okay, let's Okay, so this is a new feature, but something which I thought was really nice as well with this iPhone, which I must admit looks rather beautiful. It's just focusing on random parts of my body instead of the iPhone. Is that it retains its real sleek look. Like, it looks so smart and modern and brand new. And compare that with my iPhone 11. If I just take the case off there, and the case probably hasn't been cleaned in a very long time. But yeah, I always find it quite funny really when you hold your older phone and it immediately feels like it's old for some reason and obsolete and out of date. But this, even though it's still thin, there really isn't much difference in sort of the feel of it. One of the things which I thought was really going to put me off, so as you can tell on the back, pretty much the same. Like, it's pretty much the same color, same shape, it's just a little bit bigger, that's all. And then when it comes to the sides, which I noticed straight away, and I was trying to avoid it because this iPhone, my old one, the 11, this has the nice smooth rounded edges that, I don't know why, but it's always just nice to feel. It's nice on the touch, and when you've put it in your hand, because it's just about, this was the biggest phone which I ever had, but even for my hands, it's like you can't just get to the edge when you're doing stuff on there. Like, you can just about get there, but if you're in a place you don't really want to drop your phone, not that you want to drop your phone anywhere, you can't quite get it. So it's always pop your finger under there and off you go, and you're having a great time. But now it's got the flat edge here, I feel like you don't have that same sort of grip. Like, it is more prone to slip, and this is even bigger, so to get to those last bits, for me, I liked the grip of the edge of this older iPhone, and I was slightly concerned with this iPhone, but that's just like a minor gripe. The good thing about it is that the edges look smart as hell. Like they look so sleek, and the reflection you'll get down the phone just looks so enticingly nice and feels like the classic old iPods. It's that sort of thing. And if it wasn't a phone, if I knew it wasn't a phone, I would just thought that was one of the old iPods. So it's kind of cool that it originated to that. I didn't get an iPod for a long time, and then when I got it, I loved it, but it lasted about a year. So hopefully this is not going to be the same sort of thing. But yeah, I think stylistically, 3 lenses on there as well, which you can expect in the iPhone Pro Max, or the Pros. So we've got wide angle lens, and then zoom, and then the normal lens on there as well. 12 megapixels on the back. I don't know, does the 11 still have the ASMR edge? Yeah. Okay, let's continue opening this. Thing is, there's going to be a lot of comparisons, because being an Android user, usually when you get your new Android phone, you could say goodbye to your old one immediately, because there is no easy way of transferring or becoming friends with your old phone. Is just a write-off straight away, say goodbye, thank you, here comes the stress. No. iPhones, I don't think it's going to be like that at all, and because I've had such a good experience with that iPhone, this iPhone, I can foresee it's going to be really nice to use as well. So, probably one of the best bits. Strange, I never had a paper version of that before, so it's all paper now, which is kind of cool, I suppose, but I still like the cellophane when it comes off, and oh god, that is, yes. I think if I can get about 100 phones and then just pick them all off one by one, the cellophane, that would probably be my sort of best ASMR desires. Probably send me to sleep straight away, but yeah, we'll try and replicate that later on anyway. So that is the phone, looking really, really smart, and I think it's a good choice. I think this is going to sort of suit me, but yeah, let me just get a load of fingerprints on it first. But it won't matter because we put the screen protector on it. Okay. So, what is included? Now, minimal is always good, and I never knew what this was, but I think it's what, the reset thing. You push a button in there, it does something. I don't know, I can't even remember. Was that for memory cards or something? Do you even have memory cards in here now? Yes, I think you do on the side there, but I could be wrong, but I assume that is for that. I've completely forgot about my memory card. I just thought you didn't have them anymore for some reason. Okay, so that's one bit included. And then also in there, should you wish to advertise for them, then there we go, which, congratulations, what I'm falling in the trap already. And the tiniest manual, which I assume because everything is online and would direct you to such, but that is my perfect idealistic sized instruction manual. So this is interesting because I seem to remember that my other iPhone included the iPhone plug and some headphones in there. However, I appear to be only seeing just one charging wire, and that is it. So yeah, that is quite minimalistic, especially considering the price which you pay for an iPhone. So that is I think you obviously get the option to get the plug in there, you know, the special folding iPhone plug. This beauty. Yeah, you don't get one basically, which is kind of a bit rubbish because that really should be included in your iPhone. It's almost suggesting that everyone has one of these already, which they probably do. But if they were transferring from Android like I did last time, then you obviously gonna need one of these plugs, so just add it in there and then that's all great. But I don't know why that's not included, because it's always good to have two on there as well. And then something which isn't in there as well is the iPhone earphones, which I just don't understand why you wouldn't have those in there, because you always use your earphones, and well, I do anyway, and they get used every single day, morning and night, in daytime when I'm editing as well. And yeah, it's always good to have those earphones. So that's kind of not so great. I thought that should really be included in this, but I mean, that's just my personal preference. Maybe that's a cool thing that is minimal, but I think for the phone, for the functioning of a phone, then it needs to include all the basic fundamental things you need to use this phone and enjoy it. So that means a charger, voila, some headphones, voila, and that's pretty much it. You've got the cable here as well, so at least you've got an extra one of those, but even then they're not the longest of things. I end up going on Amazon or something, then I buy like a 5 to 10 meter one, so you can literally just be wherever and not have to worry about staying right next to the plug and being on your phone when it's low battery time. So I think it's very basic, but I like the minimalistic style of it. It's nice to have sort of less things when it comes to packaging for environmental things. And if you probably already got another plug, then yeah, that's, why would you really need another one? It does seem a bit pointless, but for me, I always have uses for them and they'll always be dotted around. So that's, yeah, I don't know about that one, but it feels strange that there's nothing else in there to enjoy really, and that just slots in and we pop the box on, which I love so much. And that's that in the unboxing department. But what we've got here now is such a nice phone, which is just enticing to look at. I think the best thing is just to compare it with my old phone, and yeah, I don't know how the iPhone 12 fits in between this, but I think it's more with the straight edges around the side like the 13. Yeah, I just keep appreciating this aesthetics, but one of the things which I thought was just a little bit odd, I didn't really understand the whole dynamics of the iPhone selling machine. And when it comes to get a new phone, you can only get the Pro Max when it's out. So the newest version, that's the only Pro Max you can get of the newest version. which I assume is to entice people more to the newest ones rather than going to the older versions and them obviously not grabbing you to get the iPhone 13 Pro Max, the newest version. So I probably would have got the 12, just the natural upgrade, because there wasn't a real difference. But of course they don't do the Pro Max in them, they just do the smaller normal version. So I've been steered towards and fall into the trap of getting exactly what they wanted. Not that I didn't really want it, because it's a beautiful phone, but that's just one of the things which I noticed, and it was very hard and difficult to just acquire a phone which I wanted. But it's kind of nice because you'll get to make an ASMR unboxing out of it. But I did intentionally go in there just to get this phone. I think the highest memory you can get on that was 256 or 128 on that, but still that would have lasted me a while then. And the continuation of this phone, the beast, which it feels like now, unfortunately it's obsolete, but it would have been good if I was able to get it. But you can only get it second-hand now from various places, and I never trust that because my luck with online purchases just never go well, ever, especially when it comes to getting costumes for videos, and yeah, it's just a complete nightmare. But yeah, that wasn't much of an issue though, because I do like going in store, talking to the people, and because I know the tricks of ASMR. So when I go and talk to someone, I sometimes, if I'm enjoying the conversation, I'll ask just pointless questions so they can do the whole showing me the phone, telling me about the specs, and I'm just getting great ASMR experience there and then. And yeah, that's it's something which I do in situations like this, because I don't really go into stores and buy things anymore. But this was one of those things which I really wanted, just to go in and speak to someone and make me feel at ease with what I wanted, because I didn't really know what I wanted. So the first thing which needs to go on is the screen protector. This includes 3, which I purchased, and so did my last one. I think it included more than one, but I never ended up using the others, which is quite a rarity really, because I usually get through quite a lot. Okay, so we have a dust absorber, and then the actual alcoholic cleaner. And then this is the thing which I thought was brilliant, because I didn't get this on my other iPhone. And this was a screen protector for around your lenses. I think it goes over your lens as well, which I've fingerprinted already. So that is really nice. And it's kind of one of the essential things that actually needs to be looked after. And I didn't have that on my old phone, so that's pretty cool. That's included there for your lenses to keep safe, which is very nice. And then you have 3 screen protectors then, and is this in a thing? I don't know. It's something. We don't really need these extra ones, but it's nice and relaxing anyway. Okay, so let's get that screen protector out. And oh boy, that looks great. But we need to goes the alcohol clean. So this is a dust absorber, which is quite a nice new thing there as well. So I think that's more for phones which have been in your possession for a period of time. Again, I think I've got about 1,000 of these alcohol prep wipes, but we'll use it anyway, just to get it, just to make sure that the phone has 0 particles of dust on there. Wow, is that it? Wow, that's tiny. Okay, so all about just cleaning that screen, and because there's no edge on there, it's kind of, you have to get right to the back and all the corners, and yeah, I suppose you have to hold it a bit like that. And then this is where I always feel like I have to be exceptionally meticulous, because there's only 1 or 3 chances to do it, but realistically 1 chance of doing it. Okay, I think that is looking all good. It's a brand new phone, so I'm not really expecting dust. And then to wipe it clean, that is looking really good to me. I don't want to see a single Fred fingerprint on this phone at all. So I'm gonna just check that. I don't want a single bit of dust on there either, thank you, because that will be on there forever. Which is kind of strange, really, to think about. I think that is good. So I'm going to pop that down. Yeah. Get this case and prop it up. And the iPhone case here as well. And prop it up here for us to work on. Right. That is all looking really nice. That's what we wanted. That is what we wanted. Okay. So, steady, Fred. Steady. And we're on there. I'm probably going to have that air bubble in there. Well, there's one out. And to get this last one out, which doesn't seem to want to move anywhere. That's what I'm dealing with at the moment. Oh, well, it's looking good anyway. And then what I think is the best part of this is this bit. I suppose it needs the same experience of the wipes. So let's get that there. Let's get the wipe to it. There we go. And where did I put that? is looking good to me. Okay. Oh wow. Well, that's even better. It just clips on top. Why didn't I think of that? I thought it was just gonna stick to it. That's great. So that's ultimate protection for my lens as well. And should you get the same thing for your lens too? So always get your phone kitted out, because if you don't do it, you know exactly what's going to happen. And if you're Fred, then you can't take those sorts of risks because it's inevitable. Right, and then finally we have the screen protector, which I've just put away here. I said earlier, that's actually really nice because it's textured. And it's a sin if we don't use anything which is ASMR inducing. But like I said earlier on, the phone didn't have any of that cellophane, but the case and the protector makes up for it. And this has got that really nice plastic. So I wanted it to look like my old phone, which has a black rim going around the edge, and for some reason I thought that was my screen protector which did that, but it turns out it's not. But this one, because this was silver around the edge, I thought, well, I'll just keep the black theme going on. So this is my screen protector. However, upon touch of it, it's an actual plastic screen protector, which is something which is a big no from me. And if I get my other version, then this is a nice silicone feeling screen protector, phone protector. So this is good on impacts, and I've dropped my phone plenty of times and this has done the job. This is bulky and not Fred compatible, and it's got the logo on there which I didn't ask for. So I don't know if for a while I'd want to see that, but I think this has got all the buttons that you actually feel and they press, and they're separate from there, which is kind of cool. And yeah, it just feels like it might shatter if you drop it or something, but the edge is rubberized on there as well, and it feels good, and it sounds pretty good too. So let's just do the final bit here. That is my old iPhone. Well done, Fred. That's just embarrassing. Okay, now let's get the new iPhone. Pop it in its this case, it's a lot of clicking into place, and voila, minus the bodge job I've done with the screen protector, which is probably going to require a little bit more work. There is my iPhone Pro 13 Max, which I've said in the wrong order for some reason, and compare that with my older iPhone 11 Pro Max. This one is looking really smart, and I'm looking forward to just using something which is a bit more user friendly, and the space, which is my number one priority here, which I know it goes up to 256 and then it goes up to 500 and then 1 terabyte, which is crazy amount of space and something you would probably never really use if you're storing on the cloud and things, but it's still nice to know that you can get it up to that sort of space for memory. This seems ancient. 64 gigabytes in this day and age is just silly. And back then I thought it was good, I suppose, but with my Androids I always had 128 SD cards, and you could just pull it out, put a new one in, and voila. iPhones obviously don't do that. It's more cloud storage, more cloud storage, more cloud storage. And when it came to the apps, then that was problematic because shifting, wasn't happening. So this is the way forward, and this is indeed the end of our ASMR iPhone unboxing. So, like I said at the start, I hope this challenge to make it one of the most relaxing unboxings for you to listen to was true. That changes my mind now. When I see a little thing like that, an iPhone holder for you to watch your iPhone, then I just change my tune completely, because that's a really nice touch for you to, well, saying that, yeah, for you to watch your iPhone. So that's pretty cool. I like that that's included, and it's been officially unboxed and out the packet and ready for the fun bit. This is where the fun begins. So I hope that I managed to make this one of the most relaxing unboxing videos for you, and you enjoyed it, liked it, and we managed to somehow beat the previous iPhone unboxing. I think perhaps this is just a thing we do every time a new phone comes on the scene, and for my ultimate unboxing, it is crazy and ridiculous that still I haven't been able to get my hands on a PlayStation 5. I've still got a controller, PlayStation 5 controller, but that's it, and that's the ultimate unboxing thing, which satisfies my nerdiness, because that plays 4K as well, and I've got tons of 4K movies, Star Wars especially, which I'm very eager to watch. But yeah, still looking forward to that. But that's UK for you. Great fun. So anyway, hope you relaxed this, fall asleep, hope everything is going well with you, and you are doing great. And also, just because this, I usually don't say things like this, because when it's later on in years, whatever, in months, then it's irrelevant. But I'm going to do Ask Me Anything video, so head to my community part on my YouTube homepage, and I'll be putting a section on there for you to ask questions. So if you've got anything, I'm going to do a big old answering your questions video coming up. So yeah, looking forward to that. Hope you're doing great. Sleep well, relax, enjoy, tingle, take care of yourself. Cheerio.